Hello everybody, Lord Almighty here. Today is Monday, August 9th, 2021, and I am here at a local pond slinging around some plastics to see if I can't get on a bass bite. I'm going to be starting out tonight throwing around a trick worm on a shaky head jig. Still a finesse presentation, but the bait's a little bit bigger than I normally use for finesse. So let's see if a bulky bait gets me a bulky bass. I'm actually seeing a lot of bait fish flipping around on the surface. Starting to wonder if dragging plastics on the bottom is the right call. Maybe top water is a better choice. Well, I'll think about it. If I don't get bit on the worms, obviously, gonna need to try something else. Well, I gave it a solid half hour with the trick worm and nothing. So, switched over to the Pit Boss on the same jig head. We'll see if the fatter profile and shorter length will give these fish the look they need that will get their mouths open. Alright, well, wasn't feeling it with the Pit Boss either, so decided to switch over to the old reliable Wacky Rig Senko. Why overcomplicate things, right? I know this bait works here. Question is, will it work tonight? Guys, I'm seeing a school of bait fish here, and it looks like there's fish busting up on them. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this bait caster away for the time being. I'm going to come back with a spinning rod, see if I can't catch whatever is making those bait fish nervous. Alright guys, I got my gear and I am in position. And I got a look at these bait fish, and looks like a lot of them aren't even an inch long. So I got the little bitsy minnow tied on, hoping I can at least match the size of the fish that are being eaten. I don't know what's feeding on these fish. Could be sunfish for all I know, but if they want to bite, I want to catch them. Oh, there we go, fish on. Little crappie. All right. Well, that was my first cast after switching over to a jerkbait. I thought maybe a more erratic presentation than that crankbait would elicit some bites. And sure enough, fish number one on the evening. Oh, fish on. This ain't no crappie. That's a largemouth, and it's a decent one too. Don't get in those weeds. All right, let's see if I can pull him up here. Well, look at that. I got him right at these weeds here on a little crappie jig. Look at that. He hit it so soft I wasn't sure it was on. I wasn't sure it was even a fish. Wow, he's chunky. Look at him.
Nice one.
Thank you. That is just a chunk right there. Fish on. That's a crappie. That's a nice one. That's a very nice one. Look at that. I need the pliers to get that out. Stuck way in the back of his mouth. There we go. Not too bad. Second crappie of the evening, and an upgrade from the first one. Looks like switching over to this this little curly tail grub was the right decision. Oh, there we go. Another crappie. I imagine that's probably the main thing that's feeding on these baitfish out here. Alrighty. Well, it wasn't a pickerel, but that last fish was still able to cut me. I think he got the I think he was able to scrape the hook point against my finger. So got my very pared down first aid kit here. I'm just going to take care of this, and I'll be back to casting in no time. So here's my first aid kit. All it is a small bottle of rubbing alcohol, a few Q-tips, and a few Band-Aids. And for like little cuts and scrapes, that's really all you need to keep fishing. Otherwise you're just dripping blood everywhere. And that's never good, no matter what. There we go. Whew. Ah! Bluegill. I said there might be sunfish out here. There's at least one. Look at that fat belly. You know what he's been eating. You know what he's been eating. There we go. Oh, he's off. That felt like a nice fish. He made a big swirl. So I think he was a nice fish. Dang it. Alright. Well, it's almost every cast on this little jig. So I'm going to keep hucking this thing around. There we go. Another crappie. Boy, as soon as I said it's nearly every cast, it took about another 10 casts for me to get this guy. But there's still a few around. I'll just keep fishing until they ain't here anymore. Or it gets too dark. Or I get too hungry. Or a meteor shower starts. Hey, you never know. There we go. Another nice crappie. This might be the nicest one yet. Look at that. We're getting into slab territory. Oh yeah. Keep them coming. There we go. Now they're biting again. Alrighty. Man, this is fun. And this is 100% not what I was expecting to do tonight. Hello. You still hungry? Ooh. He might have been hungry. Oh yeah, he was hungry. Oh, look at that. Definitely hungry. Alrighty, one of the smaller ones of the evening, but maybe one of the most exciting ones. Oh my goodness, I was just about to pull it out of the water. Dinky largemouth. There we go. That's not a dinky largemouth. Ah, it's a white perch. These are always fun. That's species number 4. There we go. Well, that feels like it might be a little nicer. Oh, he came off! Wow, that was nice. I don't know what it was. Dang, I'm missing all the nicer ones tonight. I hate that. I mean, I like playing with the smaller ones, but God, when those big ones come off, that never ceases to hurt. There we go. That's not a big one. Ah, another white perch. Little weeny one. He hit it hard though. I wish I had my ultralight with me. Don't get me wrong, I'm having a blast in this medium light pole, but having the ultralight would give this a whole new level of fun. As it is, I can only give it a 9.8 out of 10. Well, that's going to be the end of my evening, and what a fun evening it turned into. Started out by throwing around some chonky plastics for chonky largemouths, and I ended up throwing around a tiny little panfish jig and wearing out some nice sized crappie. And I did even get that chonky largemouth I was looking for. So, just goes to show you, sometimes if you want to have a good evening of fishing, you just gotta blow up all of your plans and do exactly what the fish tell you you should be doing. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you on the next adventure.